Hi everyone, my name's Elaine Halligan and I'm director of a business called The Parent Practice, and we help parents raise happy, confident children and just help you as parents have more harmony at home. I'm a parenting coach, I'm a speaker, I'm an author, but most importantly, I am mum to two wonderful now adult children, and I have a perfect pair. I have a boy and also I have a girl. Now this video is for all you mums and dads out there, because I really want to talk to you today about a topic that's really close to my heart, and that's about the perils of perfectionism and the perils of being a people pleaser. Because in my coaching work, I see so many parents of hugely talented girls, and yet many of them struggle, and they struggle because they are talented. And many of them suffer under the modern myth of perfectionism, that there's an objective standard of perfect, and there may not be it. You see, the deal is that perfectionism hurts our girls. It limits their progress. And we see their self-esteem and their self-worth taking a real beating. And if perfectionism is coupled with stress or depression or anxiety, then just don't be surprised if they are eating disorders and maybe other mental health problems. So if you're a parent watching this video, I really urge you to value your daughters for who they are and not for their achievements or for their appearance. Because perfectionism is all about striving for the unobtainable. It's about flawlessness, and that is completely unachievable. And it's generally believed, and this may make you feel really uncomfortable, that perfectionism is not genetic. Perfectionists are actually made, they're not born. And I know that's a really uncomfortable statement to make, and we just need to explore a tiny bit where that comes from. So firstly, there's a little bit of research I want to share with you from the California State University. It's by a chap called David Hibbard. Now he says that parents who place excessive demands or show excessive pride in their children's achievements, it's still widely believed to be the key to developing perfectionists. And secondly, the other place it obviously comes from is when we compare our girls and our children to other people. And it's so tempting to, discuss the girl next door who's maybe head girl at St. Paul's School and has 10 A-star GCSEs, who's doing grade 8 piano, and she volunteers maybe in a soup kitchen on Saturday when she's not representing England for hockey at the weekend. So I'm exaggerating, but whatever the source, the thing we can control most as parents is ourselves and how we connect and how we speak to our girls. So before I give you the antidote to perfectionism and how we can immunize our girls against it, I just want to quickly share a story about myself as a young girl, because I was a real people pleaser and I did suffer from perfectionism. And I can remember just being desperately keen to please my father, even into adulthood. And I kind of felt that I could win his approval with my academics, and he was really interested and really supportive of that. And so when I finished school, I really wanted to do psychology, but I was told, no, you're really bright, you're really smart, you should be a lawyer. So off I went to Edinburgh University and I did my law degree. And if I'm really honest with you, I didn't think for myself. I didn't really act for myself. I just listened to what other people wanted in order to please them. So I kind of went down this preordained career path. And it was only during my third year at university it suddenly dawned on me I'd made a big mistake, because I wanted to travel the world. And I was going to graduate with a Scottish law degree, which at that time couldn't even enable me to practice south of the border. And so when I researched, it would seem there was only one place outside of Scotland that practiced Scottish law, and that was a remote South Pacific island called Vanuatu. So that wasn't going to work. So I did a law degree, realised I'd made a mistake, and my father then said to me, "Don't worry, Elaine, I know what you should do. You should train as a chartered accountant. That's a really great qualification to have." And so once again, I kind of went down this career path that was completely hopeless for me, hopeless for my strengths and qualities. And honestly, my accountancy exams were like a prison sentence. I was really deeply unhappy. And all the time I was pursuing my career in order to please other people. I just wasn't able as a young woman to think and act for myself. And the embarrassing thing is my father, he meant well. He would introduce me to people as his daughter Elaine. and he would say LLBCA because he valued me based on my qualifications and achievements. Does that sound familiar to anyone? So what's the antidote to perfectionism and people-pleasing? The answer's simple. It's having a really strong sense of self-worth, because self-esteem is the core belief in your own value. And it comes from you as parents accepting your daughter as a unique person, appreciating her for who she is and not who you'd like her to be. And it comes primarily from your approval and the words you use. So my top tip to you as parents is to use the power of your words to affirm and acknowledge your daughters, and please, whatever you do, do not focus all your praise on achievement, but rather look for the effort or the skill that she adopts. So I'll give you a really simple example. Let's say your daughter comes back from playing a netball match. What's the first thing we usually say to her? It's usually, "Did you win?" Isn't it? Or what was the score? And what you pay attention to is what children learn is important. So if you only pay attention to what is the score and what's the result, children will learn that results-based success is all that counts. And that's how we create a whole generation of children who are obsessed with academic attainment. And when they don't win the netball match, does that mean our children are not worthwhile? So here's my tip for you. When your daughter comes home from a netball match, don't let your first question be, "Did you win?" But ask questions such as, "Did you enjoy the game? Did you play your best? Did you listen to the coach? Or did you take on the tips about the shooting work we were practicing at the weekend? Maybe you were able to set up some goals for the rest of your team members to score. And I wonder how the team played together. Was there a good team spirit?" So look, make sure you praise your daughter for areas outside the academic, sporting, musical arena as well. Praise behaviour. Praise her character traits such as honesty or kindness or courage that have nothing to do with success in performance areas. So what's the moral of this very short video? The moral is this: there is no such thing as perfect. I am perfectly imperfect, I admit that. You need to help your daughter replace perfectionism with a growth mindset. And I guess that's a topic for a whole other video. But a growth mindset comes from you praising effort, attitude, progress, improvement, qualities and characteristics, as opposed to just the end result. So look, I hope you've enjoyed this short video, and if you'd like to explore more about this topic or check out our blogs, do check out our website, which is www.theparentpractice.com. We also have a podcast, which has the unique name of the Parent Practice Podcast. And all it remains for me to do is to say I wish you much success with having harmony at home and ensuring you use the power of your words and language to raise happy, confident children. Thanks for listening.